If you love shaker cards, today I'm going to show you a little hack to do a grid shaker that has little bits in every single quadrant. To see that card project come together, stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at the core products I'm going to use for today's shaker card that I'm making. Ooh, some of them are trying to get out. And I'm going to use this tree plate and just show you an easy way to create a divided shaker so that all of your bits stay where you want them to stay. The first thing I need to do, though, is take a piece of this Audrey blue cardstock, because I kind of like blue for the holidays, and these things will come into play in a second, but I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, and then I'm going to add a piece of acetate. So let's get that going. So here is a piece of Simon Says Stamp lightweight acetate, and here's what my tree panel looks like. I'm going to flip this over, and I've cut this acetate to be just a little smaller than the plate. I might even trim off a tiny bit more on the side because I want this to be fully enclosed. I'm just gonna grab this here, pop it in, and make sure you're underneath. I'm just gonna bring it in to about 4, oh, I can't do math, like that. Did that cut the strip off? It did. Same here. I think we're fine on the height. And now I will add, let's get you guys here, some Terrific tape. And I'm going to put this, and this is actually pretty easy to add, but I'm going to put it right on the edges of this panel because it's a nice strong adhesive and it will hold my acetate in place. Get that little piece out of there. Okay, just like that and that. All right, I'm going to make sure those are nicely pressed down. And, you know, if you want, you can add a little more adhesive. I may, well, let's see. Let me get all these backers off. Yep. And now, just for a little extra, I'm just going to put a few dots. Let me get that out of the way. Just going to put a few strips in the center of each tree. See how light that is? It's not going to ooze anywhere. It's just going to make sure that it holds everything nicely in place. And yeah, just make sure that you have enough to hold it all down. Then I will take the acetate, and forgive my head if it gets in the way. I just want to make sure we are right over the top and dropped like that. And now we have our shaker bits windows, so everything is held into place. Now I'm going to repeat laying down the adhesive with these 3D foam strips. Now the nice thing about these, they have a nice depth, but I will tell you, if you are going to use something with more thickness, you might want to double these up. So I'm going to add all of these to create windows that are all nicely isolated. And as you'll see, as I put this down here, it's about the right width from side to side to make this shaker window complete. See that there? So I'm going to be adding all of these, and we're going to build the enclosures. So this is pretty easy to do. You're just going to frame your whole panel out and cut the pieces to fit. And always be inset a little from the edge of your cardstock boundary. But I'm just piecing in all of the frames, if you will, the foam strip frames around each window. And all this does is it isolates each window so that you can have a full amount in each tree. Now, if you wanted to get really creative, you could also add different colors. I'm keeping it very simple today with one, but that's how we do it. It's fun to do, and it's not that hard. So as you can see, we've created a little wells, and anywhere where you're thinking, oh, there's a little space, just jam it up with another piece and push it in. So now here's the thing. This is going to be the backer, I think, because we're just going to have a tone-on-tone look. So what we need to do is go ahead and score the note card and just make sure the note card is a perfect fit. Okay, coming in here right at the 5.5 mark. Okay, we'll fold that down. Now let's see how these line up first and foremost. Oh, that's going to be perfect. I mean, I guess, could it come in a little? Just want to see here. You want to do this before you lay it down. I feel like maybe this could have just a hair taken off. Let's see if I can manage that. Sometimes I do better when I come down. And I'm talking, oh, I don't even know if that's gonna, it might work. Yeah, that actually helped, because now there will be no question that this will perfectly fit on here, okay? Oh, I stamped my logo on the back. Okay, so with this here, don't forget what side is up and what side is down. Trust me, I've done this a few times. Now we're going to release the backers like this. Then we're going to use our score tool to help us line it up. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a white background, you could ink blend, you could do all manner of things. I think I'm just gonna keep, well, do I want to do a white panel? Man, now I'm looking at it. Okay, hold on. You know, it could be cute to have white so the trees really show up and you get to see the color of the shaker fill. So I'm going to do this, and you've got plenty of room. I just cut this to be 4 by 5.25, and this is 80-pound white Nina cardstock, so it won't take up and add too much bulk. Let's see, make sure that's the fold at the top. Yes, it is. And we'll just put it right on the note card, and that will be fine. Now, of course, you can ink blend and do things like that, but that way the trees are really gonna pop. Okay, now it is time to remove. This is where I get confused. Do I want to remove them before or after? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it on here, because once everything is done, then we're going to say this gets put right on top and dropped down like that. That way we know exactly that things are going to be lined up. So, let me speed this up a little. Okay. And sometimes I like to speed up really repetitive things like this, taking the backers off of the foam strips. But you work through, right? Take them all off. And the thing is, it's easier to do it first, because if you try to do this after you put your little bits of shaker in, every time you vibrate the panel, you're going to disrupt the shaker fill, and it's likely going to pop out. So I grabbed a teaspoon from my bathroom that sometimes I use to measure sunscreen to make sure I'm putting enough on. I'm going to keep it in my craft room. And I just brought in the pieces, okay? And now I'm taking the panel, lining it up, and press. And the moment of truth, flipping it over to reveal the results. Yay! All right, that way each tree keeps, it doesn't all fall down. Each tree gets a little something, something. Isn't that fun? So you think you're putting too much in, but honestly, this is so pretty. All right, I will add a greeting to finish it out. To finish the card, I used my Holiday Trio 1, the word jingle, and the shadow layer, and I popped it up with some thin foam squares because I just thought that was a really fun way to add a greeting and show all the shake. So that is the finished card project. And I wish you could see the colors of those confetti little iridescent dots. They're so pretty. Like, they look like one color in the light, and then when you're looking at them straight on, they're darker and have so much more vibrancy. All right, and to finish off the card, with an inside greeting. I'm going to, sometimes I do this just with a stamp block or, you know, an acrylic block, but today I'm going to do that with, let's see which side, my Misty. I'm going to use my larger Misty here, but you can also use the smaller one. And I thought I would pick a greeting from Inside Holiday Greetings. I kind of like, for this jingle style, wishing you a festive season wrapped in love and topped with joy. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to bring this little guy in. And what's nice is when you open the card, right, you can hang it right outside. It's not gonna hurt anything. And hopefully this will, you know what? I might need some tape because my mat is not super sticky. So I need to clean that mat. I'm just gonna hold that there, get my greeting out and stamp it. This stamp set is a really good staple, even if you've already done your holiday cards this year. You could tuck it away for next year. Do I have a magnet? Maybe that would work. I always forget about my magnets. There you go. And I think I'm just going to stamp it in black ink for the inside. Pick you up. Oh, it's wanting to come up. I think that's because, oh my goodness, I really need to wash that grip mat. Get back in there. Just magnet down. Prime, because I haven't stamped with it. Stay there. It's a lot of card to hold into place. I'm just going to ink this up with some black onyx. And let's give it a go and press. And that way I have a lovely little greeting stamped on the inside and my shaker card is done. Let's do a quick design review. So I'll bring in my little grid here, and as you can see, this is just an extremely symmetrical card. We have something in every single one of the quadrants, and the greeting is just sandwiched right there in the center. So there's not much to talk about in terms of balance. It's just very solid, centered. We have our fill repeated, our shapes repeated. So sometimes the design repetition is built right into the product, right? You're going to get this and it's going to create that grid for you. But that's all there is to today's card. And of course, having that multicolor shaker fill is really fun. You could do this with any type of fill you wanted. Plus, now you have all these little trees, and you could do something with those as well. And speaking of the leftover trees, after I finished this video, I decided to do this with the leftover trees. So just wanted to show you, you really can get a twofer. I just made a little tree template that I was able to line up and pop up my trees with ease. I added a little spatter snow on and finished it out with some gold balls. So positives and negatives. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. I'll also have a blog post with more information and photos, and you can find that link as well. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here is another holiday card project you may be interested in, and I will see you in that video. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.